Your suspension is failing right now. Not next year. Not after another 20,000 miles. Right now, quietly, invisibly, underneath your car, and most drivers have absolutely no idea it's happening. That's the dangerous part. Because suspension damage doesn't scream. It doesn't flash warning lights. It doesn't pop messages on your dashboard. It just slowly drains your wallet, until one day you're handed a repair estimate for $1,500, $2,000, sometimes even more, and you're left wondering how everything went wrong so fast. Here's a stat most people never hear. More than 70% of vehicles on the road today already have moderate to severe suspension wear. And the majority of those owners believe their car drives just fine. Dealerships don't talk about this. Repair shops rarely warn you early. Why? Because there's no money in prevention. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Suspension failure is almost completely preventable, if you understand how it actually wears out and what small habits stop that damage before it starts. And before we go any further, if you actually care about keeping your car smooth, stable, and safe for the long haul, hit that subscribe button now. This channel is about real-world mechanic knowledge. The stuff that keeps cars running past 200,000 miles and saves you thousands in unnecessary repairs. Let's start with the simplest protection trick almost nobody uses, something that costs less than lunch and can add years to your suspension life. Tip number 10. The $5 rubber protection most drivers ignore. Most people think WD-40 is only for squeaky hinges and rusty bolts. That assumption alone has destroyed millions of suspension bushings. Here's what matters. Regular WD-40 is petroleum-based, and petroleum slowly attacks rubber. That's bad. But WD-40 silicone spray is completely different. Silicone conditions rubber instead of drying it out. It creates a moisture barrier that protects bushings from road salt, ozone, heat cycles, and chemical rot, the same way conditioner protects leather seats from cracking. Once a month, spray a light coat on visible rubber bushings, suspension mounts, rubber joints, and isolators. Let it soak for a few minutes, wipe off the excess, and you're done. 10 minutes of work. $5 in cost. And you've just blocked the kind of rot that turns an $800 control arm into scrap. My own truck is approaching 180,000 miles on original bushings. Others around me are already replacing their third set. That's not luck. That's prevention. Tip number 9. Wash salt off before it eats your car alive. Road salt doesn't slowly damage suspension parts. It attacks aggressively. Salt creeps into bolt threads, eats away protective coatings, and traps moisture inside seams where rust grows from the inside out. By the time you see it, the damage is already deep. The fix is simple. Monthly underbody rinses during salt season. A basic $3 undercar rinse removes salt before it can start chemical corrosion. Focus on suspension mounting points inside wheel wells, subframe, and crossmembers. After heavy snow or salt exposure, rinse again. People think underbody washes are an upsell. They're not. They're one of the cheapest ways to prevent thousands of dollars in hidden rust damage, especially if you live anywhere that sees winter. Tip number 8. Annual rust protection that actually works. Salt needs oxygen and moisture to destroy metal. Take those away, and corrosion slows dramatically. Once a year, apply a rust-inhibiting coating like fluid film, Cosmoline, any oil-based corrosion protector. These coatings create a flexible barrier that seals metal from air and salt. Even better, they're self-healing. If scratched, the coating flows back into place. Fleet maintenance studies show vehicles treated annually experience dramatically fewer suspension failures over time. Shops charge $150 to $200 for professional application. The cost? Around $40. After years of coating my own vehicle, the underside still looks clean, while untreated vehicles the same age look like they've been submerged in seawater. Tip number 7. Rotate tires for your suspension. Not just the rubber, most drivers rotate tires to make them last longer. Few realize tire rotation protects suspension components too. Uneven tire wear creates vibration, imbalance, and irregular forces that stress bushings, bearings, ball joints, steering components. Rotating tires every 5,000 miles keeps forces evenly distributed and reduces constant microdamage inside the suspension. It takes about 15 minutes. Many tire shops do it for free if you bought tires from them. Skipping this doesn't just wear tires faster, it silently shortens suspension life. Tip number 6. Perfect tire pressure saves thousands. Underinflated tires don't just hurt fuel economy. They quietly destroy suspension components. Low pressure causes excessive tire flex, sending shock loads straight into bushings and joints instead of absorbing them through the tire. Engineering tests show even moderately low tire pressure dramatically increases suspension stress. Check tire pressure weekly, when tires are cold. Always inflate to the number on the door jamb, not the sidewall. And don't rely on the tire pressure warning light, it only activates after damage has already been happening for weeks. A $2 air pump can prevent a 4-figure suspension bill. Tip number 5. Catch leaking shocks before they cascade. Damaged shocks don't fail suddenly. They weaken slowly. As internal fluid leaks out, shocks lose control, allowing excessive movement that loosens bolts, destroys bushings, knocks alignment out, accelerates tire wear. Once a month, look underneath your vehicle. If you see oil residue or wet streaks on the shock body, it's already failing. Replace shocks early, and you prevent one worn component from destroying everything around it. Ignore them, and a $200 repair snowballs into $2,000 plus in secondary damage. Tip number 4. Avoid potholes like mechanical landmines. One hard pothole hit can equal years of normal suspension wear. At speed, the force transfer can bend control arms, crack wheels, destroy strut mounts, and instantly knock alignment out. Pothole damage costs drivers billions every year, and most of it is avoidable. Scan the road. Slow down on damaged pavement. Treat potholes like obstacles, not inconveniences. Your suspension is engineered for gradual load, not sudden explosions of force. Tip number 3. Grease what most shops skip. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Many suspension components have grease fittings, and many shops ignore them. Why? Because prevention doesn't pay well. Greasing ball joints, tie rods, and serviceable bushings every oil change reduces friction, pushes out contaminants, doubles component lifespan. All you need is a basic grease gun and quality grease. Pump until fresh grease appears or the boot slightly expands, then stop. This single habit can extend joint life from 80,000 miles to well over 140,000. Tip number 2. Alignment is suspension maintenance. Alignment isn't just about straight steering. It's about load balance. When alignment drifts, even slightly, suspension parts experience uneven stress that accelerates wear. Alignment shifts naturally over time from spring settling bushing wear minor road impacts. Getting an alignment once a year dramatically reduces both tire and suspension wear. If you plan to keep your car long-term, A lifetime alignment package often pays for itself within 2 visits. Tip number 1. Never exceed your vehicle's load limits. Overloading is one of the fastest ways to kill suspension components. Payload ratings and towing limits are not suggestions, they're engineering boundaries. Exceed them and you accelerate. Bushing collapse, spring sag, mount cracking, structural fatigue. Remember, payload includes passengers, cargo, and trailer tongue weight. Stay within limits, or prepare to replace suspension parts far earlier than necessary. The 2 deadly suspension mistakes. Now that you know how to protect your suspension, let's talk about the 2 mistakes that undo all of it. Mistake number 1. Replacing only one side. Suspension works in pairs. Replacing one strut, control arm, or tie rod while leaving the other worn creates imbalance, poor handling, and accelerated wear on the new part. You'll pay labor twice, and shorten component life. Always replace suspension components in pairs. Both struts, both control arms, both tie rods. Balanced systems last longer and drive safer. Mistake number 2. Ignoring wear because it still drives fine. This is the most expensive mistake of all. Suspension wear happens gradually. Your brain adapts. Loose steering starts to feel normal. By the time it feels wrong, damage has already spread to tires, bearings, and alignment. Mechanics consistently see delayed suspension repairs cost more than double in the long run. If something is worn, fix it early. Prevention always costs less than repair. Final close. These 10 habits and 2 mistakes are the difference between a suspension that fails early and one that runs smoothly past 200,000 miles. 30 minutes of attention each month can save thousands, and keep your car safe, stable, and solid for years. And this isn't even the full story. There's one hidden suspension killer most drivers never think about, and it may already be damaging your car right now. That's coming in the next video. Subscribe, stay ahead of problems, and stop paying for damage that never needed to happen.